Week 3 action here in Chicago. The Pittsburgh Steelers come into town. We seen early on Juju Smith-Schuster catching up with Antonio Sweetleaf Jr. Many years played together with his father, passing on his condolences. But they're ready for some football here in Chicago, and I'm sure back home in Pittsburgh they are fired up to see this matchup. Hometown hero not being picked up by the Pittsburgh Steelers, going to Chicago, having ourselves a matchup here that may be a rivalry for the ages. Antonio Sweetleaf having over 240 passing yards last game, 3 touchdowns. Big time performance from not only the offense, but as you can see, this ball hawking defense seems to be inspired by those early 2020 Steelers teams. Last week, we take a look at Earl Watkins, 20 carries, 110 yards, a touchdown, and 17 yards rushing was his longest attempt. Antonio Sweetleaf getting a talking to over there, getting his head in the game, and we are set to kick it off here. Chicago afternoon football action. Are you ready for some football? I sure hope so, folks. We do one thing here. Man's got to do some coaching shit. Man's got to do some coaching shit. Here we are. Kickoff. Afternoon in Chicago. It's cool. It's crisp. It's autumn out there. And it's time to see what's going to be happening with the rest of September. Chicago 2-0. Their second home game, looking to put 3 wins together here. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Single back formation, Steelers. Number 37 in the backfield. Schuster receiving the pass, 17 yards. Ross finds him open over the center of the field on a slant route. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. My apologies. Shotgun formation for the Steelers. Delayed handoff to number 22. Ball jarred loose by number 96. Recovered by Richardson, the safety. First turnover of the game for the Chicago Blues, or Pittsburgh Steelers, I should say. Antonio Sweetleaf, 53 of 71, 584 yards, 6 touchdowns, and an interception in his first 2 weeks of action. The rookie has a cannon of an arm, but more importantly, he seems to have it above the shoulder pads. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. They're stacking the box heavily. Sweetleaf gets it out quickly to Borden. Slant route. 1st down. 7 receptions for Borden last week, 77 yards. Yet to crack the century mark, but you know the chemistry between Sweetleaf and Borden is only going to build over the weeks. Hand off to Watkins. Breaks a tackle. Breaks a 2nd, 3rd, 4th tackle. Takes 4 people to wrap him up as he gets into the secondary. 2nd and 2. Single back formation here, 23-yard line. 2nd and 2, Chicago Blues. Handoff. Watkins puts on a move. Gets down to the 13-yard line, averaging 9 yards per carry is Watkins in the game so far. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Looks like there is some audibling going on at the line of scrimmage. Borden on the slant route. Short of the 1st down marker. It's 2nd and 1 at the 4-yard line. I do not like that fucking look there. Sweetleaf to Borden. 3 receptions on the game already. Opening drive gets a touchdown. And the first points go to the rookie and his Blues here in Chicago this afternoon. Threads the upright, does bear it, making it 7-0. Devin Bush on the sideline, former teammate of Antonio Sweetleaf Jr.'s father. Antonio Sweetleaf Sr. Don't forget, September in the NFL in the year 2030 is AIDS Awareness Month. Wrap it up, people. It's still a thing out there, even at this time. Safe sex is the best sex. The best sex. That's right. Here we go. I formation for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Faked handoff. Ooh, interception. Richardson. 2 takeaways. An interception and a fumble recovery for the safety, number 36. Waving to the crowd here. They're erupting. Big time play. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Single back formation for the Chicago Blues. It's a draw. Watkins able to gain about 1 yard there, making it 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line. Bunch formation to the right. Shotgun. Sweetleaf ready to snap the ball. Brown open. Shakes a man. Breaks a tackle. Wrapped up by the linebacker at the 8-yard line. Looks like Finnegan for the Chicago Blues is shaken up. They're going to take him to the sideline and get him looked at. To Wembley, throws out of the sack. Gets about a yard, prevents a loss of the play. 6 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. Outside run to Watkins, breaks a tackle. And looks like the starting receiver for the Chicago Blues is shaken up. You know, the Pittsburgh Steelers have been known to play some smash-mouth football throughout their entire legacy. And Chicago is on the receiving end of that brutishness this afternoon. Single back formation, handoff to Watkins, jumps over the defender, finds his way into the end zone for his first rushing touchdown of the afternoon.
The kicker on for the extra point.
In comes the kicker. Ball is snapped, threads the uprights. 14-0 lead for the Chicago Blues here in Chicago this afternoon. Steelers elect to take a knee in the end zone. Their third opportunity on offense. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Single back formation. 4 down for the Blues. Looks like it's a handoff to number 37. Breaks through the defensive line and gets himself about 3 yards on the 1st down carry. James Whitaker, last week, 24 rushes, 83 yards, 1 touchdown. There is a hole in the heart of the Pittsburgh Steelers fans, carved in it by the greatest running back to ever lace up their cleats, Antonio Sweetleaf Sr. Smith-Schuster with the reception, getting them another 1st down here. At the 40-yard line, just under 5 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. Shotgun formation. Handoff to number 22. Wrapped up by number 24 in the blue. Riles securing the open field tackle. 2nd and 5 from the 45-yard line. Single back formation. Pittsburgh Steelers looking to put some points up on the board. The handoff gets about 1 or 2 yards, making it 3rd and 4. It's manageable for this Steelers offense. They need something to happen here to avoid the blowout. Hines with the pressure. First sack of the game. Wrapping up number 2 at the 38-yard line. Looks like the defensive line, McKenzie, has been shaken up on the play, unable to return. We'll update you on his injury as we find out. Marvelous punt by the Pittsburgh Steelers. at the 2-yard line, backing up this rookie quarterback.
Their own 2-yard line.
Knock, knock, knocking on the end zone. Hand off to Watkins. Gets them some wiggle room, netting about 4 yards on the first down handoff. 2nd and 4. Sorry, 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Wembley stretches out to make the reception.
That's good.
Brings it in for a first down at the 22-yard line.
10 at the 22-yard line.
1st and 10, Antonio Sweetleaf with Watkins behind him. Delayed handoff, breaks the defender. The cornerback wraps him up at the 23-yard line, only gaining 1 yard on the play. Looked like he could have been wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, but he made it happen there. Brown with the reception. 74 passing yards for Antonio Sweetleaf this quarter. 2 receptions for Brown.
3rd and 5.
Weathers wide open over the middle of the field. Gets him down to nearly touching the logo. 48-yard line. 1st and 10.
At the 48-yard line.
Lining up at the left hash marks. Finds Borton with the slant route. Been carving up these Pittsburgh Steelers with that route all afternoon. Last minute of play here in the first quarter. I formation for the Chicago Blues. 14-point lead heading into the red zone. Hand off to Watkins right up the gut. Gets about 6 yards on the first down rush attempt.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line.
And looks like this is going to be the last play of the quarter here in Chicago. Hand off to Watkins. Barely able to make it to the line of scrimmage, bringing up a 3rd and 4. And that wraps up the first quarter action. Chicago Blues 14, Pittsburgh Steelers 0. 3rd and 4 right on the red zone's door. Antonio Sweetleaf lines up in the shotgun. Weathers to his right. Finds Bowden for the first down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. Single back formation for the Chicago Blues. Pittsburgh Steelers with 4 down. Hand off to Watkins. Makes a cut in the backfield. Breaks the tackle into the secondary. Gets down to about the 2-yard line. Looks like the Steelers' Bowen is shaken up on the play there. He shakes it off, and he's going to be taken a look at by the medical staff. 2nd and 2 here from the 2-yard line. Single back formation, man in motion. Watkins with the handoff. Falls forward, but unable to break the pylons, making it 3rd and 1.
Goal line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Finds Sermon for his first receiving touchdown of the game. The big body tight end, number 84, with the reception, making it 20-0 over these Pittsburgh Steelers. And just under 9 minutes remaining here in the opening half. Antonio Sweetleaf nearly perfect on that drive. 6 completions, 6 attempts, 75 yards, and a touchdown. I don't think he had 75 yards on it. I'm not going to lie. I didn't see the yardage. Statistician, can you get it for us? No? Well, there's really no need to. We're live, buddy. I don't have to take. Back to action. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Handoff to number 22. Breaks into the secondary. Wrapped up by number 36 in the blue jersey, making it 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line. Single back formation. Schuster out to the right. Handoff to number 37. Met at the line by the big hitter, number 53. Unable to prevent the first down. 1st and 10. Just under 8 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hines with some pressure. Able to find the outlet man. Ross gets a 5-yard gain on the pass opportunity. 2nd and 5. Just over 7 minutes remaining here. Number 22 blows by the defender, but wrapped up just as he was nearing the first down marker. 3rd and 3 at the 42-yard line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Finds the man open, but the ball is jarred loose by number 96. Short with the hit. Made him short as shorts, I'm sure. Special teams has to come out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 9 looking to pin them deep. Nearly able to get him inside the 10-yard line, but it trickles into the end zone, bringing the Chicago Blues out to the 20-yard line. My apologies there, folks. First down for the Chicago Blues. Big time block. Borden nearly breaks it for what would have been a touchdown if he had a few more steps. Gets the first down. That slant route is tearing up this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Their secondary has been monstrous the entire decade, but the rookie Antonio Sweetleaf is carving them up like some fresh bread. Watkins with the outside run, breaks a tackle. Barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage there. 12 rushing attempts for Watkins this afternoon. 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line. I think I see something. Ooh, that was terrible. Horrible.
Intended for AJ Brown.
3rd and 10 from the 47-yard line. Will this be the first 3 and out for the Chicago Blues? Ooh, he looks short. 4th and inches. No, dude, we're going for that. Fuck that. They're playing aggressive, are the Chicago Blues. 4th and inches at the 43-yard line. Just over 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the quarter. Watkins gets the handoff, breaks a couple of tackles, finds his way to move the pylon. Move the chains. 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
Bowden with the reception.
The pass. Complete.
2nd and inches. 3rd reception for Bowden on the afternoon.
2nd and inches at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
Had to throw it away there. No harm, no foul. 14-16 is Antonio Sweetleaf on the afternoon. Single back formation for the Chicago Blues. Nets them enough of a gain to get them to the first down. At the 27-yard line, Chicago Blues in a single back formation. Receivers bunched to the right. Bibbs gets the reception. Wrapped up in the secondary. Taking it down to the 9-yard line for the Chicago Blues. 1st and goal. knocking on the end zone are these Chicago Blues once more. Finds Weathers, open down the field, not enough for a touchdown. Throws out of a sack. The undersized quarterback not being shaken up by the defensive ends that got a hand on him. Releasing the pass and getting the completion. And off to Weathers. And that is another touchdown for these Chicago Blues.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Kicker for the extra point. Threads the uprights. Yes, he does. Extending the lead to 28-0. Blowout here in Chicago this afternoon. Offense and defense both showing up so far. Pittsburgh looking lackluster, looking flatter than a washing board, if you will.
The Steelers take over first and
We're going to see the 2-minute offense coming from this Pittsburgh team, I am sure. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. 4 down for the Chicago Blues. Hand off to number 37, wrapped up by number 53 after gaining about 2 yards on the play.
he was tackled at the
2-minute warning,
27-yard
folks.
line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
All right. Shotgun formation. Oh, did the game freeze? No. Oh, it didn't freeze. It froze for a bit, though. Ooh, I almost got in there. Big time interception by Bradley. Shakes off a defender. Makes a move. It's a pick six, folks. Number 43 with the interception. Takes it all the way back to the end zone. Just inside the 2-minute warning. Take it to the house. Number 2 throws the ball deep downfield. Throws up a duck. Fucking mallard duck ass throwing motherfucker. Rashawn Bradley extends, grabs the interception, and takes it back to the house, netting 6 points for this Chicago Blues defense. 35-0 here. Blowout.
Makes the score Blues 35. Steelers.
You would hope that Pittsburgh would have some semblance of a backbone. Especially after passing up on the opportunity to draft Antonio Sweetleaf Jr. They said they're happy with their current quarterback. They're not looking to take on a rookie at this time. We see how that's working for them. Number 22 with the screen.
Ross's pass complete to number
Ross
22.
for less, dressing ass motherfucker. Ooh, I almost gave them a touchdown. 2-minute offense is devastating to me, people. First and 10 from the 49-yard line, shotgun formation. Hines with a big fumble sack. Second sack of the game.
Fumble on the play.
And timeout by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Trying to put up some form of points on the board here in Chicago. 3 down for the Blues, shotgun formation, 2nd and 23, triplet. Applies the pressure, pass is released and actually catchable, but the receiver must have heard footsteps and drops the ball. 3rd and 23 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Handoff to number 37. We're actually going to try and put some points up on the board here. This is the big leagues, folks. All right, we ain't taking no shortcuts.
4 yards. It's now 4th down.
Any points that are out there are going to be put up. And into the end zone, taking the Chicago Blues out to the 20-yard line.
First down and 10.
You see a blowout going on. Tennessee 24, Indianapolis 0. Bowden with the reception. Looks like he's going to net himself an 80-yard touchdown. One play, one pass, one reception, one touchdown. 80 yards, extending the lead to 41-0 here in Chicago. Blowout. Antonio Sweetleaf putting on a marvelous performance. The defense, marvelous performance. The second-year man, Earl Watkins, former Pittsburgh Panthers alum with Sweetleaf, having another miraculous performance. Pittsburgh has no answers for the Blues on any front. Unfortunately, it looks like this game is over before we even get to the second half. We were hoping for a close game this Sunday afternoon, but unfortunately, Pittsburgh did not appear to show up. Triplet blowing by the offensive lineman and netting himself his first sack of the game. And we move on to the third quarter of action. Chicago Blues set to receive the kickoff. Fort, number 26, makes a move, wrapped up at the 26-yard line. And it's the first drive for the Chicago Blues here in this second quarter of action. Y'all gonna give me this. I'm gonna take this shit. A.J. Brown with the reception coming out of the second half, firing a 70-plus yard touchdown to Borden as he reads the coverage. Antonio Sweetleaf not only showing how he can get it done with that duck of a throw, but also how he can read coverages like a third, fourth, fifth-year veteran. Chicago Blues, 2 splash plays. He's getting his 10th touchdown in his third game of the season is Antonio Sweetleaf Jr.
His kick is good. Makes the score Blues 49, Steelers nothing.
You feel as if Watkins is going to be able to get some touches here in this game now, with it being such a blowout victory here in Chicago. You might even think about bringing in some of the backups, get them some reps, because Pittsburgh does not seem to be able to play up to the level of these Blues this afternoon. 49-0, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Handoff to number 22. Hines makes the tackle. Benjamin with 5 rushing attempts on the afternoon, 23 yards. 2nd and 4 from the 31-yard line. Single back formation for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 37 receives the handoff. Moves the chains. Whitaker, 6 rushing attempts, 20 yards. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Shotgun formation. 4 down for the Chicago Blues here in this late September outing between Chicago and Pittsburgh.
The ball carried by number 22.
2nd and inches at the 48-yard line. Single back formation. Chicago looking to force some pressure like they've been doing all game. 37 breaks into the secondary, running right up the gut, netting himself a first down and moving the chains.
It's a gain of 10.
This is the best offensive performance we've seen thus far from the Steelers. They find the man open on the out. Gets them about 4 or so yards. 2nd and 6 from the 38-yard line. Split eye formation to the left. Spin move. Finds his way short of the marker, it looks like. 3rd and inches at the 31-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd.
Just under 7 minutes remaining here in the quarter. Handoff to number 37. Passes the marker, wrapped up by number 98 in the blue. 9 rushes for just under 40 yards is the running back, Whitaker.
1st
and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Split I formation. 37 gets the handoff, wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage by number 55, Jack Slate, the hard-hitting linebacker for the Blues. Been quiet so far this season, but looking to make a splash this year. Handoff to number 37, trucks a man into the secondary. 7 yards after contact, number 37 carving up this Chicago Blues defense this opportunity. Unfortunately, running the ball is not going to behoove these Steelers. But that's not going to stop Whitaker from eating. Sometimes it's about individual accolades in a game when you are down by 49 points. Ooh, that was my misread there.
Mecole Hardman, the ball carrier. Tackle made at the 9-yard line. First and goal, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown. Pittsburgh Steelers receiving their first touchdown of the afternoon.
For the extra point.
Splitting the lead differential to 43. Make that 42. Looks like we have a roughing the kicker penalty. That'll be assessed or attacked on to the kickoff. James Basley with the roughing the kicker. And it hits the uprights. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Finds Bowden. Gets himself about 16 yards on the reception. Antonio Sweetleaf putting up a marvelous performance here. 4 touchdowns, nearing the 400-yard mark. Watkins breaks into the secondary. 59 yards on the afternoon.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Into the secondary once again. Looks like it may have been a horse collar. They didn't call it. 69 yards. Nice. For Earl Watkins. Number 40 in the blue. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. First and 10 for the Blues at the 44-yard line. They go with an outside pitch. Gets about 4 yards on the play. Second and 6 for the Chicago Blues at the 40-yard line. Shotgun formation. Pittsburgh Steelers with 4 down. Handoff to Watkins. Makes contact at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for about 2 or so yards. Making it 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Oh, big time defense from the linebacker, stopping the 3rd down completion.
Incomplete.
Special teams gets brought out. 50-plus yard field goal attempt. Hits the upright for the second time in the game.
No good.
No good. James Whitaker taking the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers. First and 10 at the 44-yard line. 49-7 here in Chicago. Whitaker with the handoff. Gets about 6 on the first down play. 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Second and 4.
Out to the 46-yard line. 3rd and inches for the Pittsburgh Steelers. High formation. 49 Chicago. Pittsburgh 7. Whitaker with the handoff. met by number 43 in blue.
Ball carried by number 37.
15 rushing attempts for Whitaker. No touchdowns so
It's a
far.
gain of 10. First down, Steelers.
Single back formation for the Steelers. Hand off to Whitaker. Gets about 3 yards, nearing the century mark. Needs about 20 more rushing yards on the afternoon. And looks like we've seen the last play of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Blowout victory, it's looking like, for the Chicago Blues. Empty backfield for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3 down for the Blues. Quick slant route to Schuster. 7 of 11 for 75 yards. 2 interceptions for the Pittsburgh quarterback. Shotgun formation. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Finds the man open in the center of the field. Bust right through the seams. Ross, 8 of 12 after that completion.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Steelers.
Pistol. Man open over the center of the field. Wrapped up short of the marker down at the 4-yard line, making it 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
Single back formation.
At the 4-yard line.
Quick slant route. Finds the open receiver, 86, in the end zone. 2nd touchdown for these Pittsburgh Steelers this afternoon. Coming at the 8-minute and 28-second mark of the 4th quarter.
His kick is good. Makes the score Blues 49, Steelers 14.
And the Steelers kick off here in Chicago. Trailing by 35 points. Fort with the kickoff return gets out to the 26-yard line. Antonio Sweetleaf and this Blues offense has looked flawless this game. Coming out to the field at the 26-yard line, single back formation. Hand off to Watkins. Gets about to the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Another handoff to Weathers. 2 rushing attempts, 2 yards, and a touchdown for Weathers this afternoon. Maybe a quick 3 and out for these Blues unless they're able to make something happen here on this 3rd down. Wembley in triple coverage extends out and grabs the 1st down reception. Converting on 3rd down are these Chicago Blues. Watkins in the single back formation. Gets the handoff. Met by defenders at the line of scrimmage and manages to fall forward for 2 yards, it's looking like. Single back formation, 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line. Football on Sunday just feels right. Well, this is Chicago Blues football. It hasn't felt right on this side of Chicago for quite some time. Only been a team about 3 or 4 years. No championships. No postseason appearances. The Bears are looking nice. They had a championship, but it's been blue here in Chicago for quite some time. But thankfully, Antonio Sweetleaf is in town. He's trying to right the ship this 2033 season. Sorry, 2031 season. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's the rookie campaign. 1st down. You find the steady hands of Bowden. Always there for Antonio Sweetleaf Jr. Single back formation. 5 1/4 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. From the 44-yard line, hand off to Watkins. He busts into the secondary, breaks a tackle, wrapped up by Devin Bush for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Former 6-time Super Bowl champ Devin Bush. Not able to stop him before he hits the 1st down marker, moving the chains. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. I formation for the Chicago Blues. 4 1/2 minutes remaining here in the final act of regulation. 4 down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Handoff to Watkins. Gets into the secondary and makes the century mark for the 3rd week in a row. 2nd and 3. 4 minutes remaining here in the final act of regulation. Shotgun formation for the Blues. Weathers out to the right. Man in motion. It's A.J. Brown. Weathers gets the reception. 400 yards passing. Antonio Sweetleaf has his first 400-yard excursion for his hometown fans against his former hometown team, Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, interception. Trying to thread the needle to Bowden is punished by Forbes, number 36, with the interception. Breathing some life into this Pittsburgh Steelers defense, but you wonder, why did it take so long? Why did it take so long? 2nd interception for the rookie this year, marring his what could have been considered almost a perfect game. Number 80 with the reception for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ross, 12 of 16, 135 yards. Couple of interceptions and a touchdown this afternoon. Nearing the 2-minute warning. Shotgun formation for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hines down. Number 86 with the quick slant reception. Taking us to the 2-minute warning.
A gain of 14.
Gain of 14 on the play, as you hear the announcer over the PA say, but fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit. Screen, nearly blown up by number 94. Finds some wiggle room. Number 22 breaks into the secondary, gaining about 5 yards. Ooh, shit. That was all on me. Smith-Schuster is in the zone, getting yet another touchdown for these Pittsburgh Steelers, making it seem like a more respectable game than we know it actually to be. With the extra point, brings the Steelers to 21, Chicago 49.
Steelers 21.
Knowing these Blues, you'd expect them to come out in the victory formation and take the knee 3 times, but that's not how they operate. They want to make a statement here. I seen Antonio Sweetleaf frothing on the sideline after giving up that stupid interception. He wants to make something happen here on this drive. Single back formation. 95 seconds remain in the game. Watkins lays down the truck into the secondary. 2nd and 1 at the 33-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Ooh, big time sack. Watkins making a play. 3rd and 8 for the Chicago Blues after that sack on Antonio Sweetleaf Jr. A.J. Brown has a step on his defender, makes the reception deep downfield. 10-5, touchdown. Antonio Sweetleaf threads the needle to Brown, finding number 11 open on the sidelines, turning nothing into something. Antonio Sweetleaf wanted redemption for that interception, and somehow he's found it. The first rookie to net 1,000 yards passing in his first 3 games. The rookie really finding a way to not only dink and dunk down the field, but he has that cannon of an arm that's only going to get better, only going to get stronger as he matures into the star that we project him to be. A lot of pressure being the son of Antonio Sweetleaf Sr., R.I.P. For those of you that don't know, September 2031 in the NFL is AIDS Awareness Month. Wrap it up, people. Don't be like Antonio Sweetleaf and get taken out in your prime because you wanted to have unprotected sex. We've lost so many great legends. Freddie Mercury, Eazy-E, Antonio Sweetleaf Sr. And that is the game here in Chicago. Antonio Sweetleaf Jr. putting on a marvelous performance outside of that interception blemish, netting 5 touchdowns, over 450 yards passing. And let's not forget about the dominant performance by Borden, by Earl Watkins, and all the boys in blue. That defensive line and linebacker core making it happen. 469 nice passing yards for the Blues, 116 rushing yards. This team is fired up. They're geared up to win the division and maybe make it deep into the playoffs. Antonio Sweetleaf, 85% completion percentage, 476 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, leads the Chicago Blues 56 over the Pittsburgh Steelers 21. In the meantime, in between time, keep it cool, keep it clean, keep it casual. I'll catch y'all next game.